Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to the Vinland Saga. It is episode 12. What to say? We got ourselves a prince and we are running away, as it should be. So it's kind of a little game of tuck my tail, you could say. Let's see. Either Thorfinn and Askelad are able to escape to the king's army and deliver the prince, or it will be Thorkel who reaches them first. We will see. I'm really looking forward. The last episodes were pretty neat. I liked them a lot. And as always, if you want to see my next episode's reaction already, it's already on my Patreon. If you want to see this reaction with inlaid videos, go down into my descriptions. Follow the links. There's a option to replace the dot parts with real dots. And then you can see it with inlaid videos. So much being said, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, now. It's loud. I have a question for you. The Yom Vikings, this mercenary group, they have this eye on the X. Why? Is it considered to be the Eye of Odin, or what is it? How big? Somewhere in northern England? Ah. Hey, you old man, did an army come through here? Very. Son of Lydia. Isn't normally son of a male one? And he's not getting paid for that? Okay. Because someone's listening. The ear. And now he's back on the ground. He can hear for a day away. That's an awesome ability. That hill is far away, but he was right. Okay. Who does he know there? That's interesting. The elders? You know? Yeah. Yep. Not used to walk so much. Although I guess none of us could walk so much as they did. We haven't seen the prince yet. Or Finn. Well, what? That's even worse there now. Yep. They will be exhausted if he goes on like that. And exhausted troops are a problem. That's all I learned from Total War. Yeah, that will take a toll. Bad weather, no sleep, marching all the time. I fall asleep. Yeah. But how do they do that? Why are they so fast? Oh, another rune. Yeah, another rune. Who knows? He looks Romish with the equipment he has. And they have a boat. Right? Looks like we are playing with Rome. What the heck just happened? Why are they Romish? Italian. You know what I mean. Soldiers. Big eye. I know Big Eyes on ship from the Greece. Wales. Hmm. Okay. So he knows someone from there. All they have. And you owe them. Interesting. Yeah, but it might be a spy. Okay, another duel. He looks so Romish. It's a Romish word. Man, he's honest. Honest and rude. Okay. He's clever. It's not there, Prince. Yep. He says and drinks. Like a spell. They don't know love. Hmm. Oh. So a weak king would be nice. Oh. And the next one to greet them. It's a trap. And here we go. Ooh. Ambush. But not by Thorkel, okay. Who's ambushing them? He looks really sick, man. Not good. He looks a bit like Thorfinn, but he is not. Yeah, someone's still searching for him. Yes. Oh, did he sell people? Hmm. Bad position. Okay. The ending was interesting because we've seen multiple characters who are important for the story, no question there. But I'm not sure about the last one there, before it was in. So for a second I thought like it might be that it is Leif, right? Leif Erikson. But it isn't. And there was a young man, a boy, whatever you want to call it. I guess it is a male. It looks a lot like, who has very, very much the same appearance as Thorfinn, but not as stroken by life yet, if you know what I mean. So I see two options there. Either the guy on the ship was searching for Thorfinn, which might be. I mean, some of the village might search for him, and thought it is him, and he wasn't. Or it is someone. It seems more like that because his reaction was kind of depressed afterwards. That he just sold him something. I mean, it was a lot like a slave there, right? This boy was on the ground, had a rope around his neck. I'm not completely sure. I'm pretty sure we will learn more about what's going on there. but he really has a lot of striking semblance with Thorfinn. Now we're in an ambush, and I'm not sure who is ambushing. It might be that it is the people from this kingdom, that they just want to travel through. Reasons would be, I mean, take him hostage, right? Having the prince hostage, you can, instead of doing it diplomatically, by helping the prince and hoping he gives you the treaty you want, instead you can say, I have the prince and you give me the treaty or the prince will not come back. That's an option, so it's them. It doesn't look like brigands or bandits or alike, because too well armed. The ambush is too good prepared and everything. So not completely sure of that. It shouldn't be Thorkel, because we've seen him afterwards being carried around, and he seemed to react to that there's a leaf in the wind, so possibly he realized something is happening. And I think it's unlikely it is Prince Swain, because first he didn't know they were coming that way, and the second, he has no real reason to go against his son, apart from trying to make him become a man, in the meaning of stronger, more warrior-like, and trying to have an ambush and ambush him so that he may have to fight. But I don't see that. It's, it would be too far and too far-fetched in many regards. So there seems to be a new party, and I look forward to see who it is and why they do that now. Thorkel will meet with them later on. I like the fact that they brought in a bit of history again, by bringing in Wales as being such a split into many small kingdoms and like everyone fighting for survival, while at the same time none of them wants to join England at all, Britain in this case, whatever you want to call it. England it is, sorry. So I think, I don't know enough about that timeline to be able to talk about if it is like that or not, but I like the fact that they brought in at least one of those small kingdoms on the ruins of the Roman Empire, looking a lot like one of the Romans a bit later on, right? I mean, he had the coat, he had the armor and everything. It looked a lot like that. Really interesting. Brings in the question about Askelad. How does he come to have such allies? And thus he used his name and the name of his mother while stating it. Ask myself if maybe, just maybe, he is somehow related to this kingdom. Maybe his mother is from there, and maybe he was born there. It might very well be. We don't know enough about him to be sure there. His armor, especially if you look his breastplate that he has a bit of this chiseled armory around the belly that is typical Roman and Greece from the style. So I think it might be we have a bit of background about him here. We get additionally to that a lot of more background, I think, by him saying that he grew up 40 years next or between brigands, spies, and criminals. It is what he said. So, which is cool, because I wanted to reflect about him once more. After the last time we already talked about him. He is a man of deep thoughts and of a lot of abilities and potential that he had in his life. And seeing, he became the leader of a group of criminals in the end, of bandits in some regards. And I think if he would have had a chance to get more education, to get the option to lead, as example, a village, or to lead, be general of an army and stuff alike, I think he would have had the options. So he is somehow a tragic character. He is bad in the meaning of that he does bad stuff, but the potential he has and had is way above what he is doing with his life. And it is sad to see that it is kind of wasted there. But that's a typical thing. If you see people growing up in a society that does not give them enough chances and options to raise higher than they are at the start, That's what you come up with. And then there will be bandit leaders and pirates who are worthy adversaries. But if you would have had taken them in under your wings sooner, you might have had really good people for the state, for the government, for the society. Sadly. I like the that they show some of the characters of the group by now. So we have those two discussing all the time. Those two blonde Norse that are used to transport how the group is feeling. You know, I didn't sleep, all the time walking and stuff alike. And we have the ear, which is cool. I mean, you pick men for your group. Depending on their skill set. Sure, you want to have a lot of fighters and everything, but having someone with specific abilities who's very good. So you have like a hunter, you have like a cook, and you have someone like the ear who's really good at listening and hearing and being able to make sure you're being followed or not followed. I'm not sure if you can really hear footsteps and are like 1 or 2 days away. That's pretty far. I kind of doubt that. But then, I really do not know. For an hour or two, I think, yeah, especially if they're like horses who are very strong hitting on the ground, who are very heavy, I can see that, right? There's an option, and through the ground, it carries further. But 1 or 2 days seems a bit too much to me. The eye on the ship I talked about, I think to remember that was something that was typical more like Greece. But it might very well be the Romans took that over. Might very well be. Reinforcement, yes. Oh yeah, they talked about accents. And that, yeah. The first thing that this ferryman said, you're not from here, not from Britain. You have a very strong accent. There's an accent, although you do speak a very, very good English. It reminds me a bit of my own. That would fit into the idea that he is from this area. Just saying, talking about Askelad there. And we've finally heard at least a little bit from the prince. I mean, not that he did talk directly, but I discussed the last time that the prince might be more clever than it seems right now. Yes, he may seem weak and everything, and afraid of everything, which he showed again this time. But that does not mean he's stupid. So while they were talking about that they could use the ships and everything, Ragnar insisted on that, right? Askelad denied that because he is allied with this kingdom. I see that. And when the general Gratianus stated, talking about this non-aggression treaty, the prince talked to Ragnar, and Ragnar said, if you would give us 3 ships for that. I mean, he was about to make a trade, and he was just stopped by the general. And I think, I mean, it's pretty clear this idea was from Canute, from Prince Canute. So he is. I mean, there's more to come, I'm pretty sure. I see options there, and I see kind of hope there that he will be like a good negotiator and someone who would make good trades for the kingdom. Why not? I mean, moving away from the barbarian destroying everything towards an maybe more trade-based nation, just saying. Yeah, it did not work out this time, happens. And later on, Askelad stated something about having this prince. He's from a good bloodline and yada yada. He's not very strong yet and everything, but there is potential for the future, which always is. And then he said maybe it would be nice to have someone as a king you are not too much invested in. And he had the memory of Thor's there. So, yes, because you cannot be disappointed so much and you can do your own stuff, right? I mean, a weak king may have disadvantages for the kingdom in general, but it would be an advantage for someone like Askelad, who's more of an entrepreneur. Someone who does his own stuff, and if there's a weak king, he will not get stopped doing it. But who knows? I see still options for Canute, and I really look forward to, because I think although he was portrayed very weak again this time, there was this one scene especially requesting Ragnar to state the idea of giving 3 ships, and I see that there's more to come. So much being said, next time we will have a little bit more of an ambush. The question is, will they fight on? Will they shoot on because they are in a disadvantaged position there, our men? Or is it just an ambush like, drop your weapons, we have bows, it's over? That's it for me this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure. And as always, if you want to see the next episode, on my Patreon. Until the next time, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.